We are about 5 k's south of Chiltern on the Hume Highway. My husband and I live here and this is our own little patch of paradise.
We're on a 20-acre property. Historically it's been used for grazing. Little's been done to it in about the last 30-40 years.
So when we first got here it was just bare. We noticed how little tree coverage there was. It didn't really look inviting and our plan straight away was we knew we wanted to change that. Yeah, it's just been a project learning to see what we can make it as beautiful as we can.
We'd like to encourage as much of the native wildlife that's in the area to come onto our property. The crossover part will eventually get a couple of grazing cattle for our own meat production.
Through Healthy Hectares we've learnt that not just the windbreaks in the trees, so there's some understory that we need to be doing as well, so that's something that we'll look at, and just building as much of a corridor as we can between our bushland reserve on one end and our wetland reserve on the other.
We are hoping to encourage the native wildlife, especially the smaller ones as well. Not only the birds, everyone loves the birds of course.
So coming out and planting the new trees, finding trees that are self-sown, which we know are going to be the strongest trees.
It's been a learning curve. We've put some trees in that have not worked in the area, but through the course we've just done, they've actually educated us on which ones can actually be grown. I'm a city kid, so I've had to learn what are the best things to do for the property. Being a little bit old school, a little bit older, I thought, oh, we'll just come in and spray everything and start from scratch. With the course we've just done, we've actually figured out that that is the wrong way to go about things. There's a lot of microbes in the soil I never knew about, and I want to encourage those and keep them, as opposed to killing everything and starting again. So what we're actually looking at doing is targeting a very targeted regime of getting rid of the weeds, building up that humus level to improve the soil. We're going to do multiple paddocks. Now we're going to go into strip grazing. As far as dams, I never ever thought about fencing off our dams to make a little wildlife reserve around the dam, but that is one of my top priorities now.
But even the change in seasons, we're still learning. So that's part of just the beauty of being on the land and finding out what it is that we need to do.
Waking up in the morning is superb here. We actually have had a bedroom that looks down the block. So we open up the blinds, literally lay in bed, look out across the block. We've got the kangaroos now that are coming onto the block, and we just get joy. It brings a smile every morning.
Coming out, feeding the chooks, collecting the eggs, going for a walk through the paddock, seeing what new trees might have popped up, listening to the birds, seeing what new birds might have come about. It's just being together, being in our beautiful spot that we're in. So another part of being sustainable is we are completely off-grid here, so we have our own solar panels and a 110,000 litre water tank, collecting all our own water using the energy from the sun. It was a lot cheaper than having to go on grid. We don't have town water, so planting our own vegetables that we don't have to use a lot of water for, so we'll live as much off the land seasonally as we can.
It brings a smile. It's silly, but it's a smile to look over and look what we've done. And it's going to be nice going back in 5 years and then 10 years time and looking at how much improved the place is actually going to be. So, and thanks to Healthy Hectares, which has added to that immensely actually.
Life's very good.